Alright, so I think many of you know that your surveys is an opportunity via websites for you to come up with cash very quickly by just doing these surveys. It's a good paying option whenever it comes to websites and completing these surveys. But what happens whenever you don't have a computer to work with and all you have is your smartphone, and you like to take advantage of some of these opportunities? You want to come up with even more cash through opportunities like that. Not everybody is into taking these smartphone applications and just letting them sit, or having to come over and click on all of their phones and get them started to launch these videos and come up with gift cards and PayPal cash. So for the people that are actually interested in survey opportunities, I've compiled what I feel like are the top 3 survey paying mobile applications. So we'll be taking a look at that. We also have our tech bit to get into in just a second, but I do want to mention that there's an overall reason that I decided that these 3 applications were the best. One, because a gentleman actually got in contact with me and he showed me payment proof from where he had used both of these apps back to back to back on 4 different smartphones. He has a very unique method for earning, and he does surveys back to back to back. And he has made thousands of dollars at this point from survey opportunities. I was lucky enough to see that payment proof. And guys, I'm going to show you how you could consider doing the same thing in your spare time using these applications. And let's hop right into it. So winter is definitely coming, guys, and if you notice here, we are talking about 2 different space heaters today. We're going to take a look at both of these. We're going to try and do it very quickly because I do want to take a look at these 3 applications so you guys can have the money to invest in something like this. With the fact that Black Friday is coming up, I know a lot of you guys are going to be anticipating purchasing products this Black Friday, so we'll just hop right into it here. And if you notice, it says we have the Honeywell Uber Heat ceramic heater. They do have a black version. If you notice here, it is 1500 watts for this space heater. $35 for the black one, $40 for the white one. So you're paying a little bit for appearance, which is kind of frustrating, but we deal with that a lot whenever it comes to Amazon. But over here, I want to take a look at this one as well. It says it is 600 watts, and it is the Toy YOUGOV small electric portable desk fan heater. So this is what I was thinking overall, guys. There are tons of different bladeless fan options that look extremely futuristic, but as far as finding a space heater that actually has some sort of a tech enthusiast appearance, it's next to impossible. Believe me, I looked all over the internet to try and find something that was very futuristic for a space heater. These are the only 2 that I was able to come up with. So lastly, guys, if I had to recommend one overall out of both of these, which will be linked down in the description below, I would say this one absolutely. It looks fantastic. If you're in an office kind of scenario, you work every single day in an enclosed space and it gets very cold, this is something you would definitely want to consider picking up. As well as if it's just kind of chilly around your home and you don't like it to be that cold, you can kind of box yourself off in a room, and this is going to be right up your alley. So with that being said, guys, let's check out our 3 paying applications, and I'll see you guys there. Alright, so I wanted to try and do something interesting and different here at the same time with this video that we're doing here. I'm always at the screen of my smartphones, and if you notice here, we do have BlueStacks running with a few different applications. So I kind of want to touch topic on the fact that emulation does happen out here, and some companies, they care about this scenario and some companies don't. I can't understand why you would care whether a person is using your app via a phone or via a browser. You know, the thing is to verify the traffic. If it's so much about having users that are in a specific location, verify the traffic, you know, and leave it at that. But don't, you know, keep people from using these applications more conveniently. And some people, I think they really get it out here. So if you notice YOUGOV, I do have this open up in BlueStacks, as well as On-the-Go TV. We've all heard about this application. We have On-the-Go TV. That is going right there. 0 issues. So that's one thing to really be said. And also, this is where it gets a little bit different, though. We have QuickThoughts over here. So the 3 apps that we're going to focus on today are going to be QuickThoughts, IPOL,
and of course YouGov. These are easily the best applications that you could use to do surveys. They will be linked down in the description below for you guys to check out and consider downloading. And I'm going to tell you which I feel like are the two best out of the three. One thing I do want to say is that iPoll is just a clone of QuickThoughts. So we're not even going to open up iPoll, though I could. We're just going to stay right here with these two, and we're going to discuss the similarities and differences, which is with iPoll, they pay right around 50 cents to $1 for each of their surveys in comparison to QuickThoughts, which pays right around $1.50, $2, sometimes more for their surveys. And YouGov and QuickThoughts are easily going to be the best two applications that we're looking at today. YouGov, they have really decent paying surveys here. You can cash out right here to Amazon for 25,000 points. And if you notice over here with QuickThoughts, they do have a cash out as far as cash. So you can cash out directly to cash with their application. And the surveys, they come back to back to back. So I told you guys that someone had explained to me a very specific routine for how they were able to earn so well. And this is information that part of me wants to share, but I feel like if I shared that information, it would be something that came to a close very quickly here. So I really, like I said, I'd love to go into detail for that. The one thing I can share is that if you do have more than a few phones, let's just say you have service through AT&T, right? And you have a family plan, right? So this is what I can share with you. And in the case of your family plan, you have 4 different phones, and each one has its own unique IP address. I think a lot of you can kind of understand where I'm going with that, and maybe I'll just leave it at that. So there's only so much else I could really say here. Once again, it's about time that somebody shed some light, or at least bring some of these emulators into view. I do have Nox installed on my computer, so I kind of wanted this to be a little bit of an interesting surprise kind of video here. There are a few different applications that work with Nox. I do know that people have verified that they have been paid with this emulator using the U application. So now, what you do, of course, is at your own discretion in these scenarios, but I can't understand how a company would say it's okay for you to have 100 different smartphones going, but it's not okay to run an emulator. It's okay to, in the case of maybe CASHMAGNET, they're not fond of this emulation scenario, whereas some companies are. But in the case of CASHMAGNET, they don't want you to do it, but at the same time, we've got an application that auto-surfs different websites. So lots of stuff goes on out here, guys, and, you know, there's not much of any discussions about it. So I figured we would at least touch on this topic just a little bit here on my channel. But, guys, once again, links are down in the description below for each one of these applications. Now, what I think you can make out of these survey applications, if you spend about an hour a day with each one of them, and you sign up and you put some effort into it, you can make a few $100s out of throughout the month. It's a good alternative whenever each of these applications that have these video watching opportunities are just not working that well. If you're sitting here hammering away at your phones trying to get them to run back and forth, and they just keep crashing left and right, maybe it's something that would be up your alley to sit here and just take a few phones, do some surveys, go through the list of applications for surveys, and come up with a little bit of money that way versus click, 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 back to back to back. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But guys, I believe that's everything. I do have another video that's planned out either for tomorrow or the next day, and I also want to go live here very soon. So I want to make up for the fact that I've kind of been off the map just a bit here. But guys, I think that's it. I'll see you in the next video.
That's right, you've been looking for easy ways to make money online. And from here, guys, you can check out some more of my content on my YouTube channel via the links on either side of me, or you can head over to my website and start making money immediately with my website and learning more ways to make money online. And guys, as always, like, comment, and subscribe.